But I don't know. I don't know what caused it. I don't know if he'll ever say what it was, but there you go. He's not gonna be hearing any quotes from Kella.
I don't know, but I'll say this. This was going on in Texas last year, too, apparently.
Oh, was it with him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because someone responded back to Parada from there. He said, hey, he did the same thing to me last year.
Okay. So it's not just the Pittsburgh media. Okay. All right.
It's not that he's single out the Pittsburgh media, but he clearly has his reason. Whatever. I mean, to just publicly dog him now for it and say, I mean, he's not that good enough of a player to be doing this. I mean, just chill, bro.
Just get out. Get out to the eighth inning.
Just whatever.
Right.
So you report it and you move on.
It's the thing. And a lot of these guys, and I could see it,
It's not a bad look. It's not a good look on you either, DK.
No, it isn't.
Oh, is his quotes going to turn to strikeouts in 2023?
Right. That's the thing, and it's like, look, a lot of these young players, they come into the league, and that's what this, like, we see it with even like Hall of Fame voting now with like reporters that hold grudges and this and that. A lot of this resentment comes from, a young player gives an interview at one point, and the reporter runs with it, misquotes him or takes it out of context, or the player feels that it was out of context or feels that they added, a couple words into the quote, and then they don't want to talk to him anymore. Okay, so then, they're hurt because they don't want to talk and be like, well, I feel like I'm talking, and then they're, turning my words around on me. So, then they don't want to talk. So it's probably something like that stemmed from, a couple years ago in Texas. Who knows?
And that's the thing. Who knows? Who knows? So move on. So you're not going to talk to him. All right. But you don't have to dog him. And then someone tweeted out there, which says more about you than Kella, that, he could be standing in Market Square with a sign saying, I'm Keon Kella. And 90% of the Yinzers wouldn't know who you are. You know what? First off, number one, you probably are true.
Corey Dickerson could do that and nobody would know.
And that's nothing on Kella. That's more on
Pittsburgh.
Everyone that doesn't realize that. Probably because they're listening to DK.
Right.
So that's more on you than it is on him. And the other thing gets me, too, is that now people are like, oh, get him out of here. We don't need this type of people and this and the other. And it's like, this is the people that are saying how this team should upgrade, what this team's doing wrong, who they need to get. And on the other side of their mouth, they're saying, well, wait, who's this guy?
Right.
who was like the most sought-after relief pitcher in last year's trade deadline that the Pirates surprisingly got. Right. And now it's like, I'm sorry, who are you? Who are you?
Yeah, I love the quotes.
You're basically the closer of the Texas Rangers, like a real team. And now, I'm sorry, who are you?
Right.
It's
like a non-story. Now, if the whole team came out and was like, we're not talking to the media this year, that's a problem. But, I mean...
oh, no, that'd be awesome.
But,
I wish that was the case.
But, like, a middle reliever, a setup guy, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, he wasn't going to give that many interviews, I'm sure, anyway. So, move on. But, you of course, DK had to say something about it.
Of course.
He had to get that in, so...
And, of course, we had to find it on other accounts because we're proudly blocked.
Well, no. We're not anymore, though, are we? Didn't he unblock us, and then he followed us, and then he... Yeah, because remember when he, like, did the whole,
he did.
He was coming through a new re-image, and he actually followed us?
Well, first off, not the first time, because the first time we're still blocked. That's what set off the circle of 6.
Right, not that one where he unblocked like 6,000 people.
No. You are 100% correct.
Yeah.
He did unblock us and he did follow us, and almost immediately, I don't know what we said or did, but we're blocked again, bro.
Yeah. Well, it was basically because he started like interacting with us, and I was like, no, this is not how this is going to go.
Right, you gotta shut this down.
I was like,
shut down.
We're not following you. We're not subscribing. Like, we're not following you back. And then I think he originally just unfollowed us, and then I guess blocked us. I thought he wasn't, but whatever.
The fact that he doesn't appear to have basic
speaking
knowledge
of Blue from the
around
Blast, he's fighting with people right
critical
now
issues.
that we're responding to DK. So, as Blue from the Blast said, he retweeted DK's tweet and goes, and we wonder why these guys don't want to talk to the Pittsburgh media. It's like,
exactly.
There you go. So,
anyways,
let's move it on. So, we are going to start our NL Central preview. So every year, every spring, we do our, over-unders, wins and losses for the NL teams. We'll do that. We're going to do that basically the last show, before the season and everything. So I think it is, what is it, Donardo, 4 shows until the season? The 4 podcasts?
Yeah, we have 4 more. Yep.
So
which includes today's.
We are going to break down every team in the NL Central, starting with, I guess we'll go with the division champions last year, the 96-win Milwaukee Brewers. So,
okay.
Yeah, we'll work our way down from there, and then we'll finish up on the last Sunday of the month, I believe it is. I don't know if that's right, but basically the last Sunday.
It's the Sunday before the opener.
Before the opener,
put it that way.
We'll break down the Reds, and then we'll do our win-loss to over-unders for everybody. Also, if you have your over-under for your Pirates win total, the win total challenge, tweet at us, Facebook us, and we'll get that up on our site because we are tracking all of them.
Yeah, So we talked about this, Ryan. I think last year we had about 150, 60-ish submissions.
Right.
And we did all off season.
Yeah.
And I put out that night, and within 12 hours, we surpassed that. So
we even got
kudos to y'all doing it.
We even got a negative 23.
We did get it. We had the first negative, yeah.
That would be a first. I don't know how that's possible, but we'll see.
I'm for it.
But kudos to you, too, because you logged about 95% of those.
It was a long night. I was up till 5 a.m. for you guys.
Yeah.
Just know that. I'm here for you.
That's right. So, yeah, tweet at us. You got it up until opening day to get those in for us. And what are we giving away? Is it a shirt or is it like something of their choice at the end? If they...
the thing is, I put a shirt. That's what we did last year, but I feel like I want to do more. And especially since we got all these submissions.
Right.
Maybe having like a first, second, maybe third place, something. We'll have the details by opening day, that's for sure.
And I'm kind of surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised. Like last year, we had so many, a lot of negativity, a lot of lower win totals. This year, I feel like we're too high. Like we have a lot in the upper 80s, even like
kind of feeling that
90.
way too.
Yeah, it's really like I'd have to go. I think the average of the people that are picking, I think it's like 87 right now, which is. That's 5 more wins than last year, so and with all the Pirates didn't add to the team, so but I don't know, we got a lot of
maybe I'll put it this way, it's not that we have too many, I guess maybe it's just that it's not that everyone's voting too high. Let's, I guess, put it that way. It's not like I'm looking at these like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. It's just the tone. I wasn't expecting this. Right. I was expecting more about the 82
crowdsourcing.
And less still.
The crowd is a little more positive right now, which is interesting compared to, where this off season has gone.
I don't know how or where.
Right. Hey, spring turns... Wait, what is it?
Whatever.
Spring turns hope. I don't know. Internal something. Like anyway, so let's go on the Brewers. The Milwaukee Brewers, 96 wins. They had the playoff game last year with the Cubs and beat them for the division and everything. So, look, the Brewers, what'd they do in the offseason, Nardo? They signed Grandal.
Mm-hmm.
Very
good signing.
Yeah, 1 year. Actually getting like 18 point something.
18.25, something. 18, yeah.
Yeah.
Say 18.
Even though he said he would still be a free agent if he didn't have his family to think about.
Yeah. I truly don't want to be here, but I'm here because I have to.
That was hilarious.
Talk about settling.
Yeah. So he's
looking at your significant other every day, be like, you know what? I could have done so much better than you.
Yeah.
But I'm all right.
So they signed Grandal. They signed Moustakas. And apparently Moustakas is going to play second this year. Shaw is going to stay at third.
Apparently.
So here's how I have their lineup. And this is just by position. So catcher Grandal, first base Aguilar, I guess, Thames on the bench coming off of that. Moustakas at second, Arcia at short, third base Shaw, and then you got Yelich, Kane, Braun in the outfield. And then didn't they get? They had a trade with the Mariners. Did they get Ben Gamble? I think that was the deal they did.
They traded Domingo Santana.
Yeah,
right.
That was it. Because they had like a plethora outfielders. They traded Keon.
Oh, yeah.
They traded Keon Broxton
Thames can
last.
play right field too.
Yeah, they traded
and left.
Broxton last year, and then they traded Santana, and then they got Ben Gamble. So I don't know. Ben Gamble will kind of be like a fourth outfielder / might end up playing for Braun if Braun's no good. But I like the lineup, Donardo. The Brewers lineup, the defense is pretty good. Moustakas at second. We'll see about that. There was talk. Right? There was talk last year about Braun playing second, first, and all over the place. But the pitching is the question mark here, obviously. So
major sus.
Look, we know Josh Hader's in the bullpen. He's very good. Corey Knebel had a great season last year as the closer. They have some other guys, but I don't even know who's in the. So Jimmy Nelson's on his way back. He was injured last year. He's apparently coming back. They have Freddie Peralta, who had a nice 78 innings last year. They have Junior Guerrera, Chase Anderson. I don't know, man.
Elias Chassin.
Yeah, Brent Suter.
Zach Davies. Woodruff. That's the thing. So
it leaves a little bit to be desired.
Exactly. It's not that this rotation can't come together and be okay, but you're looking like a band of number 3 and 4 starters.
It really
to make
is.
up a full rotation.
Yeah.
Where it's if you look at the Pirates, there's no real ace. You might be true, but Archer and Tyon can both be a really, really good number 2. And then you have a couple of really solid number 3 options in Musgrove and Williams be your 1 through 4. Where it's when you look at this team's 1 through 7, 8, 9, whatever, all of them are kind of just meh. They're all going to hang around that 4 ERA, not strike out a ton of people. No one looking at the team saying, okay, if I have to start a wild card game right now, who am I putting out there?
Right, they're putting an opener out. That's what they're going to do.
That's what I'm saying. You're not asking that question and thinking, all right, I'm good. It's going to be Chassin. Let's go.
Right.
I hope we don't have to play a wild card. That's for sure. There's definitely a weekness in that rotation right now.
Yeah, and that last year in the playoffs, they were very creative in doing the opener. Doing basically things where, have these guys pitch 3-4 innings, go to the next guy. They were very creative and it was working. But like you said, playoffs compared to a season, they're not going to do that over the course of a season. Now, they might do an opener for a spot in the rotation or 2 or something, but they're going to try to rely on that bullpen. But these guys, just throughout the season, it's going to be tough to hold up for all these guys.
Yeah. And I think they're really depending on Nelson, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Nelson had the shoulder issues. Didn't play last year. But the year before, 2017, he had a beastly year, Ryan. A 4.8 WAR.
Yeah.
Guy threw 175 innings, 3.49 ERA, striking out 10.21 batters per 9, as a starting pitcher. The problem with that, though, is he's coming off a shoulder injury, and he's never done that before, ever. You look at his ERAs, the 3 seasons before, 4.93, 4.11, 4.62. Mm-hmm. The guy's just striking out per 9, 7.4, 7.5, 7. And then he spikes to a 10.21 and puts it all together. So he had a really, really good year, but then he had a shoulder injury. Now he's coming back. So, they're depending a lot on him, and he can do it, but health's going to be a big issue, and can he replicate that? And then Chassin's just been, average to below average.
How about he won 15? I know it's wins. He won 15 games last year.
Yeah,
that's
but
crazy.
that's the thing. With that offense, they're going to have to rely on that offense, and they certainly can. That offense is legit. When you talk about last year, the Pirates, every player was above average, right?
Yep.
Except for 2. And when you look at this offense, it's only Arcia. Braun's a wild card. Mm-hmm. If, like you said, if Braun tails off and doesn't play, then he's your second one. But Gamble can do it. Thames can come in and do it. This lineup is legit.
Right.
Especially adding Grandal.
We're adding Grandal and, Moustakas, his defense at second. We'll see what that is. But the other thing I like about it, too, so their defense with the outfield, with Arcia, Shaw, it's very good. And with Grandal back there behind the plate, we've heard about his pitch framing. I think the pitch framing and the defense will, help out that rotation, obviously, tenfold. So, You know, that they need to be helped out, and because I don't, like you said, I don't think there's an ace here. You know, Freddie Peralta had a ridiculous 96 strikeouts in 78 innings. He basically, 11 strikeouts per 9, but he walked 40 also.